Part of what makes Creed 3 great is the fact that its central elements and characters are very fleshed out, but it doesn't give the same treatment to elements that play a more minor role. This is true of not only certain plotlines, which we'll get to, but also smaller things it introduces apparently just for entertainment value. Yes, it's great to be entertaining, but it's not great when you're more concerned with that than doing something as simple as clarifying a theme. Part of this has to do with the way the movie treats character traits, by which I mean it doesn't really. If the filmmakers have an idea for a character to fight in a certain way that would make a scene more interesting, they're gonna do it, which is cool and makes for a much more entertaining viewing experience, but they don't take the extra step by having those fighting styles be consistent. Creed 3 will make it seem like it's setting up an interesting character trait, but then it never happens again. The movie doesn't pay those setups off. So while those setups are cool, aside from that coolness, they're also sort of pointless and occasionally confusing. When Diamond Dame Anderson was a young up-and-comer, his introductory fight had him win with a knockout right hook, which young Adonis comments on later. In the rest of Damien's fights in the movie, after that, does he use that knockout right hook again? No. In Adonis's intro fight, he uses Sherlock vision to identify a weakness in his opponent and then attacks it to claim victory. Does he ever use this again, or is it even referenced? Maybe while he's training his daughter on the punching bag to note the importance of perception and not just blind punching, which would also further the daughter's reason for fighting plotline we currently don't have an answer for. No! Damien relies on cheating to win against Felix, which also looks cool. Does he do that with Adonis too in the final fight? No! Why not? Who knows? The different fighting styles used by the same characters in the movie about fighting accidentally muddies what the characters are meant to be saying by means of those fights, even when the movie has ample opportunity to do the opposite. We're told Damien is angry and trying to hurt someone, so he cheats with Felix and injures him more severely than a usual boxing match. But he doesn't go that far with his sworn enemy in the climax fight. Does that mean that we should take the final fight less seriously because it's like the villain is pulling punches now? Probably not, but that could be a side effect, because now the final battle has accidentally, semantically become a usual boxing match. The psychological fight sequence is astonishing, but that doesn't mean that you have to throw away the other stuff you introduced to make room for it. You're not limited to one cool element per fight scene. You can still use what you brought in earlier, especially if it can be used to characterize. The same kind of thing goes for Adonis' Sherlock vision, which leaves us wondering what that superpower is supposed to show us about his character, until it turns out that it was just a one-and-done effect used to spice up his introduction. All sizzle, no steak. Every one of those single-use character traits Creed 3 introduces could have been used to deepen the characters even further and clarify the story's main point by consistently serving as narrative through-line, which visually tie characters together with their respective takes on a theme. Imagine with me that Damien's prison experience wasn't just something vague he never talked specifics about. What if his decades behind bars not only poisoned his relationship with Adonis, but also taught him a lesson or two about not showing mercy? Maybe he learned how to be unpredictable and not show any weakness, because if you are predictable or show weakness, your fellow inmates will take advantage of that and not show mercy. Maybe that's why he's so vicious, and that's why he cheats, because he learned on the inside how weak morality and playing by the rules makes you. And that vicious immorality also allowed him to turn that knockout right hook into more of a killer right hook. And what if something similar is set up for Creed? Maybe Adonis' Sherlock vision isn't just one-and-done movie magic that looks cool. It's the symbol of his perceptive fighting style, which set him apart and got him his title and his life. He doesn't lose his cool, but that perceptive nature gets thrown off when Dame re-enters his life, and Adonis' resurfacing troubled past slowly starts making him lose that cool and push his family away. And that stress not only affects Adonis, but also serves as the currently unanswered reason as to why his daughter is fighting. And once he realizes this, the only way to prove that a clear, perceptive mind beats unresolved vicious rage to both himself and his daughter is by trying to get his mojo back and defeating Damien both physically and thematically in the ring. And obviously in that ring, Damien would embrace his side of the theme as well by staying unpredictable and fighting dirty. Now it's clear that these fights aren't just about proving who's stronger, but who's right, and that sense of deeper purpose is what takes a good narrative, even a very good narrative, to the next level.